All right, good morning, everyone. I think we'll go ahead and start. I will let you know this meeting will be recorded. We're going to put it on our website eventually. If you haven't muted yourself already, go ahead and mute yourself, and we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome to the October mid-month ACAP forum update. We're going to have a pretty short presentation today. Not an awful lot to go over since we just met, it seemed like yesterday, but it was about 3 weeks ago, I believe. So this is sort of what we're going to go over today. We're going to give you a program update, delegation agreements, where we're at with that, the setback policy reminder, the ACAP GIS reporting, upcoming trainings, Penn State Center update, and then we'll open it up to you guys for some questions and answers. So just a delegation agreement update. We do have all 66 conservation districts agreements fully executed now. So what does that mean? We have 66 advance payments have been made. So 46 million of that goes to the districts. So we have $141 million encumbered to the districts. So all the money that's supposed to go to the districts, to the counties has been encumbered. So that looks good on us. It shows us that we got the money already allocated and a portion to you guys. We just got to get that money spent. So as of we stand right now, the State Conservation Commission has encumbered 149 out of the $154 million total. We do still have a little bit of admin funding left over. We have some ideas what to do with that. We just got to get things squared away and put into place. That's a delegation agreement update. If you have any questions about anything, please raise your hand or unmute yourself and just speak up. Like I said, it's going to be a short presentation today, so if you have any questions, just jump in. The next thing we're going to cover is the setback policy reminder. Effective January 1st, 2024, the State Conservation Commission passed the setback requirements if a buffer is required in an applicant's Ag E&S plan, conservation plan, nature management, or mineral management plan. That's if an ag waste storage or a heavy use area is planned. If that buffer is in that plan, if it requires a buffer in that plan, we're going to have an average of 35 feet off the water bodies. So this is just a reminder that come January 1st, anything that's not under contract by January 1st, we'll have to abide by this new policy. And of course, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to me offline or whatever, email me or whatever if you have any questions as well. ACAP GIS reporting is next on the list. So right now, as we speak, the GIS is ready for testing. Myself and our SEC staff are selecting counties right now to work with, and we're going to enter in the actual data from those counties. This allows us to get the data into the GIS system to work out the bugs that we may have. And once we get most of the bugs worked out, we're going to open it up to the conservation districts. So that'll be very soon. Within probably the next couple of weeks, we'll open it up to you guys if you feel free. So what I suggest to the conservation districts, reach out to me and either me or our regional staff and let us know who you want to be gain access to our GIS. Basically, all we need is your name, maybe your title, and your email address. So if you want to forward that information to myself and the regional ACAP coordinators, please feel free to do that at any time. You can do that today, do that right now, or whatever you feel like you need that in. So we're going to be opening this up in a couple of weeks here. So we need to know who's going to be administering the ACAP GIS on our end. So So we do have some upcoming trainings. We do have a GIS training coming up October 26th. During this, we will walk you through how to enter in all the contract information, how to fill out your quarterly reports, and how to submit everything via the GIS system. So that'll be October 26th. Mike Anderson and myself will probably putting on that presentation and that webinar for you guys. So that if you have any questions from the time that you started entering stuff into yourself and to the training, please bring those questions to us or reach out and we can work through them as we go. Just want to give you another update on the admin trainings. We do have that November 16th, the initial admin training in Penn State, the State College, and we have opened up 4 other locations for the trainings, and those are listed there. November 21st, that's going to be at the Franconia Heritage Banquet and Conference Center in Telford. That's in Montgomery County. November 30th in Susquehanna County Conservation District. December 5th, Penn State Extension in Cumberland County, which is housed at the same place as Cumberland County Conservation District.
Office last night. It's wide open.
If you could mute yourself, please mute yourself.
I came in, I was like, Mary's
here. December 13th is our other one. That's at the Banquet and Event Center in Mercer County. So if you haven't signed up for an admin training, please do so. If you want to sign up for one that's closer to you, and you already signed up for the November 16th, please remove yourself from the November 16th one. Sign up for the one closest to you, and that'll open up some more spots there in State College, because that one is completely full. We opened it up for 40 participants to begin with. That filled up, and then we opened it up for another 40, and it is completely full as we speak. So if you can find an admin training closer to home and you want to pull out from that, we greatly appreciate that. So the way we came up with these trainings and how to pick these regions and sites was we looked at the trainings that was in State College, and we filled the holes in where there was no counties participating. So we try to expand the regions as close as possible so we can get as many people as covered. So if you want to sign up for those trainings, the links are right there. Like I said, you can write that down, or this will be available. This webinar will be available here in a few days, I would say. You should have received an email as well with those trainings, so you should have access to it. All right, just to give you a little brief update where we are with the Penn State Center. The center contract, it's a long-term standalone contract that has been finalized. So we are good to go to move forward. Some center staffing, I believe 4 of the staff is on with us today. I might open it up to them here and ask them to introduce themselves. So we have 4 candidates already accepted the job and started helping out. So I'm going to open it up to, I know Chris Canfield was on. Chris, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Good morning. My name's Chris. Working out of Union County right now. Just happy to be on board. Came from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Did a lot of private consulting down there. So little shifting gears coming back up here. Originally from Susquehanna County. So it's nice to be back home.
All right, thanks. I believe Jake Tomlinson was on as well.
Hi, everybody. Jake Tomlinson. I am up in Tioga County. I've been on now for a few weeks here at the center and looking forward to hitting the ground running.
All right, thanks, Jake. And we got Aaron is on as well.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Erin Trova, and I'm based in Center County at the moment. And my background is in rural sociology and water and soil conservation, and I have some experience with policy as well and air protection. So I'm really excited to be working on the social science side of things now with the new center. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I can put my email in the chat box.
Thanks, Aaron. And we got Jenny, I believe, is the one as well.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm Genevieve Chris. Some of you may know me as Jenny. I am currently working for the center. I started on Monday, but prior to that, I worked for Penn State Extension for about 6 years, and I have a background in nutrient management and conservation.
All right, thanks a lot, Jenny. As you can see, we got 4 candidates on board with the center. We're still conducting interviews as we speak. We got a couple more throughout the week here. So hopefully we can fill the 2 remaining vacancies that we have. We got a lot of great candidates, a lot of good interviews that's going on. So the decision has been pretty tough who to pick. So we're definitely happy with the ones that we have on board. Very, very knowledgeable and hit the ground running. So thank Penn State for their hard work and dedication to this program, and we're looking forward to the partnership that we do have. We do also have an RFP out for engineering that's currently being reviewed. We do have some interviews set up before the end of October to finish up with the engineering side at the center. And I don't know, is Jen Federer on today?
I think she's at another meeting, Eric.
Okay, all right, no problem. I didn't know if there was anything else that Penn State would have to follow up on that or not, but we can do that another time. I told you it was going to be short, so that's basically the updates we have. I don't know if there's any questions in the chat, but if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand and have any questions answered. Jessica, you have your hand raised.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just checking on the engineers. It was my understanding that I thought an engineer had been hired for the southeast or south prior, but hadn't started yet. Is that correct, or you still have not hired the engineers? I guess we were just looking for an estimated time frame in terms of when they would be available to start helping with I&Es and design.
No, there has not been any engineers hired yet. We're still going back and forth on what the best route to go is. There's been talk that the districts would hire them themselves. There's been talk about maybe we would hire them ourselves. But we're running through a couple different options right now. We do have a budget laid out for those engineers, but nobody has been hired yet.
Thank you.
Hey, Eric,
Go
this
back.
is Tim Peters at NRCS. I will say there was an engineer hired that does the combined ACAP EQIP funding that targets that. So maybe that's the hire that
Okay.
people are thinking of. So that person is housed out of Lebanon. So they would be available to work on projects that are targeting the ACAP plus EQIP funding. So maybe not exactly what was targeted, but yeah, very good.
All right. Thanks, Tim. That's great information. All right. Somebody wanted me to bring up the training opportunities again, so pull that slide back up. Justin, I did see you were on. Is there anything that you have to add to the meeting? Guess not. Well, I guess we're finished up. There's no further questions. it did seem like wasn't too much to report on this month. Like I said, we just did get together about 3 weeks ago. Our next mid-month forum will likely be in December. We're sort of dwindling down. There is participation is still up quite a bit, but we feel that the districts are hitting the ground running and getting the feel for the ACAP program. If you do have any suggestions on any topics or anything like that, please reach out to us. Starting next year, we'll probably set these forums up quarterly. That's probably what we're going to do. That way, we're just not meeting just to meet. So that's how it sort of feels right now. I don't want to feel like that. I want to get something accomplished when I do pull all these people in. So, like I said, if you do have any topics, feel free to send those topics to me. Reach out to us. We maybe in the future, if a district would want to have a project highlight, that could be a possibility that we could do that. I do see a hand up with Brianna.
Yeah, I just wanted
Go
to
ahead,
let you
Bri-
know that there was a question in the chat.
Okay. Will the GIS training be recorded? It's the same day as the PhD training. Yes, that training will be recorded as well. We're going to try to record all the trainings that we have. That way, if you don't have access to it, if you can't get to it or whatever it may be, we will have that recorded. That way, you do have some kind of access. And if you would like some one-on-one training as well, feel free to reach out about that as well. But hold off until we get that GIS training out of the way before you request a one-on-one training. Let's see what else. There was a discussion at one time about using ACAP for access roads. According to information on the website, access roads are eligible if they provide access to other BMPs. True. Yes, access roads are an eligible BMP. You might be referring to farm lanes. If you're referring to farm lanes, we are looking into that. We feel that we do have a pretty good grasp on DSL with the dirt and gravel road system. So we might be able to implement some of those BMPs on farm lanes. That would sort of be like a pilot of ours. So if you think that would be a good idea, please reach out to us and we can work through that. If the new people you just introduced have defined field areas, can you share those so we know who we should be working directly with? We don't have defined regions as of right now because we don't have all 6 positions filled. Those might be more defined after we fill those 6 positions completely. Right now, I would suggest you to reach out to your regional ACAP coordinator, and they can get in contact with the Penn State educators. I think that might be the best route to go if you're having questions about that. I do see Aaron. Do you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I was thinking that Penn State Extension is publishing some notifications about us or some like articles. They're slowly doing it, so maybe we can come up with some links. We can send them in the chat for the ones that have been published so far, and for future ones, maybe we can send it in the email/newsletter so that people can have some more information about us. Would that be helpful?
Yeah, that would be great. All right, thanks, Aaron. Is there anything again developed for the completion report or a checklist of information needed for the landowner provide to the district? We do have a checklist, Tom, of what should be in the contract and what paperwork should be held. I think we need to get that on our website. That might be a good thing for us to do, to put it on our website. But I'll send that directly out to you, Tom, and see if that documents what you're looking for. We do have sort of like a checklist to go through. So I do have that composed. My understanding is we can pay for fencing as long as it's part of a grazing system. We would be able to pay for exterior fencing for a new pasture if the farmer is then able to move cows out of the stream area into the new pasture area. Yes, that would be a great idea. Yes, we're not opposed to paying for exterior fencing as long as it's part of a grazing plan and as long as it's making sense to do that. We don't want to get into a situation where we're going out there and fencing somebody's property line just because they don't like their neighbor. So we need to be cognizant of that situation. So as long as it makes sense, he's fencing out some fields and stuff like that. I say yes, go for it. We can do exterior fence in that aspect. To clarify, does the access road need to provide access to other BMPs, or is addressing the sediment issue enough? As part of the delegation, the way the delegation was wrote, yes, sediment is one of those issues that we can take care of. So I think that's a good BMP to look into. Is there anybody else? Please feel free to speak up. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to myself, reach out to the regional staff, regional ACAP staff. Appreciate the hard work and dedication that you districts are doing. We're in a really good place right now. A lot of projects are getting on the ground, and a lot of projects are being lined up. So I appreciate the hard work and dedication from the conservation districts. So moving forward, I'm looking forward to coming out to seeing some finished projects and getting the word out on how good ACAP is and how good it can be. So, like I said, next meeting will probably be in December sometime. It's like another one came up. To be clear, the list of eligible BMPs says access road eligible only when it provides access to newly installed BMPs. Brian, you want to unmute and elaborate on that?
Yeah, when you look in the list of eligible BMPs, it specifically says access road only eligible if you're accessing a newly constructed BMP. Doesn't suggest that it's a standalone eligible practice.
Okay. Well, like I said, I mean, the BMPs on there are the BMPs, but if there's something that you want to look at, say it's a field lane or something like that, we're definitely open to looking at field lanes and stuff like that. We can work around that. So
Yeah.
we
Hey, Eric, it's Justin. Let me chime in here quick. Yeah, that's probably something that's left over from REAP. It's more of a REAP thing. We can look at just fixing that in that list. But yeah, access roads, if they're dumping sediment into a stream, that's clearly something ACAP is meant to fix. So go for it.
Yeah, Ryan, yes, that's a REAP condition. I wouldn't say, I don't know how does NRCS look at that? At the access road, is that how NRCS looks at it? That's probably where it came from.
If there are erosion issues with an access road, we can use that to address the resource concern. Everything we do gets tied back to the resource concern. We wouldn't put in a new access road for a landowner to access their farmstead, but we would address the resource concern, or we would, as has been discussed, we would use an access road to provide access to a new liquid storage tank. So that could happen. So kind of a little bit of both. But we would not pay for a new farm lane to get into their farm. Does that make sense?
All right. Yep. Yep. And Justin, is there anything else you want to bring up to the group?
No, other than appreciate you handling this, Eric. I missed out on all of it except the last couple of questions. So great job.
All right, thank you. Like I said, it was going to be a short and sweet one today. Wasn't a whole lot to go over, update you guys on because we just met not too long ago. Again, our next meeting in December. We'll send out a date for that. And after December, we'll probably start meeting quarterly, if nobody has any problems with that. So please get your topics to us. Any questions or concerns that come up, please reach out to us. That way we can get the topics on this forum. I'd love to have some open discussion. Rather than us just talking to you guys and giving you updates, I would love to have some open discussion and questions you have and sort of talk through things and see what's going on in each county some eventually. So with some project shows or oversight. So again, thanks for the participation today. Thanks for the hard work from you guys. And I'll give you back another hour and a half from your day. Appreciate it. Thank you.